Tory, Green or Dem, the tears of our children rain down on them, rain on all their supporters to this corrupt political...
I've given up with people, I think. I've looked on social media and obviously you've got the usual bile and vitriol because someone doesn't agree with you and you don't agree with them. And it really gives an insight into how frightening the divide in the human race, the IQ levels obviously going down in the human race actually are. And this week it's the Gorton and Denton by-election up in Manchester. And it's just a free-for-all on social media. If someone's got different views to you, abuse them. If someone's got different views to you, abuse them, their looks, their family, their path in life that got them to think the way they were thinking. Don't take that into consideration, just abuse them. Don't take into consideration the geography of where they live, just abuse them. It's crazy. I always say a comet is the best thing that could happen to this planet, because I don't think our children or our grandchildren have got any sort of future anyway. I think looking at social media, we get the government we deserve for a start, and that goes a long way to dictating what sort of life our children and our grandchildren are going to have. At the moment it looks like the Marxists who are supporting Labour and the Greens are worried about the far right, and the genuine far right don't really care about the Marxists. Anyone who doesn't agree with illegal, uncontrolled immigration is a Nazi. You remember the Nazis, we fought against them, and we didn't, fortunately. Our grandfathers and great-grandfathers, some of our fathers, fought against them. These people actually skinned children experimentally and gassed 6 million Jews by all historic accounts. They were pretty nasty. Well, if you're going to vote reform, if you're going to vote for Nigel Farage, you're a Nazi. The word has been devalued so much, as has racist. But anyway, the point in this video is the support for parties that constantly let you down. People arguing, abusing. If someone doesn't agree with you on a topic, abuse them. Abuse their family. Doesn't matter you haven't walked in their shoes through life to get to where they are in their thought pattern. Doesn't matter. You're the best person, the brainiest person in the world. They are the lowest of the low. Abuse them. Abuse. Don't listen to their views. Don't articulate. Don't get into any sort of dialogue. Don't discuss. Don't factor in any nuances. Just abuse. It's absolutely funny. And the government, not just this government, not just this Marxist government that's building a digital prison for everyone, not just them, but the Tories before who were doing the same. That election win was just a baton change. And when Reform get in, which they will do, it's just a baton change. Nothing's going to change. Life's not going to change. It is just a baton change. When people are funded by the same hedge fund managers, WEF, George Soros linked hedge fund managers that funded the previous government, like the Tories, there's not going to be any change. But anyway, people get the government they deserve, and looking on social media, no matter who gets in, and it won't make a difference unless someone like Ben Habib got in. It doesn't matter. You're still going to get the same end product. But I've always thought that maybe even Marxist Starmer, even extreme left Starmer, might actually just be inept. I think he probably is. He's probably getting instructions from above. But as a police officer, I saw some acts that I consider evil. Are people born evil? I'm not so sure. That's a video on its own. But I saw a few acts of evil, And I've seen an act of evil from this government, and that was when not just this government, supported by the Greens, I think a couple of Lib Dems, 364 MPs voting against a child grooming gang inquiry. I thought it was evil. I thought it was disgusting. I thought it was neglect of duty. I thought it was traitorous. I thought it was letting our children down. And anyone who supports this government or the government before it is actually enabling child abuse, as far as I'm concerned. If you support either of them, you're not a good person. You're not a good person in my eyes. You're supporting evil, and that's what it is. The actual rapists, evil. People in their communities, whether they're Pakistani Muslims, whether they're white council house, whether they're kings and queens, evil. People that support them, evil. You can only be evil. You can't be inept and have a chance of having an investigation that I would have had someone like Maggie Oliver lead. None of these easily corruptible police chiefs. I'd have got Maggie Oliver in to build her own team and then go off and do an inquiry. They're probably worried. Well, they're worried about a few things. Community cohesion. The Muslims in this country seem to just think we need to build the world around them. That's a fact. But in my opinion, they're rapists, the same as white elite rapists, the same as white not so elite, although elite, Jesus, if these people up the top are elite, I'd give up. And I think we need to recognise evil. It's not inept. It's not inept. Government that's inept. I mean, when Starmer speaks, and like Boris Johnson before him and Sunak, we're going to stop the boats. I bet that led to a flash sale of dinghies in France. Because we know when they say something, exactly the opposite's going to happen. They may be as much use as a tambourine thief with Parkinson's. We know they are. We expect that. All we do when we go and vote is for the next lot of rubbish, the next lot of criminals to come in and rip us off. I expect that. I look at people arguing over their political parties. Oh, reformer Nazis. Oh, the Greens, run by a hypnotist who used to grow breasts. He's the man to save us. The man that is pandering to Islamists who shout Allah Akbar when they win a council seat. Oh dear. What is wrong with these people? I know they're indoctrinated. I know they go to school. I know they go to university and get indoctrinated by another load of Marxists. But you think, same with the far right, same with people that watch people like Steve Laws and take it in, start being prejudiced on the colour of skin. It's ridiculous. You can understand it if you've had a hard birth, if your brain was starved of oxygen or something. But if you haven't been that, oh wow, what's happened to you? Not to see what's going on around you. 15-minute cities, geoengineering, central bank digital currency, which will lead to a social credit. How can you not see it? Well, maybe you don't want to believe it. Maybe you can't believe that these people could possibly be that evil and corrupt for money. But, and this is the but, how can you not see that not investigating our child rapists? Have you read those court files? I'm going to pick on the Pakistani community because I've read lots of court files. And yes, white people do rape, and more white people rape than Pakistanis in Britain, because at the moment there's more white people, but proportionately more Pakistani people, men, rape. Proportionately. That's a fact. That's government figures. Why would you not investigate that community? Votes? Because the community votes for you? Fine. What about the Tories before? They've not got a particularly big Muslim following, as far as I'm aware. So, why? It can only be all these governments are worried about where it leads to. Yeah, I've read the court files on these Pakistani group gangs, and they're racially aggravated, and they involve torture. Read them yourselves. There's a bit about a bottle being strategically placed on a child and smashing inside them. The only time I've read that in the past would be proper psychopaths, and obviously there's loads of them in these Pakistani racially aggravated torture and rape gangs. We hear now that children are being trafficked by them across to Pakistan. It may end up with elites, may end up with white elite men, may end up on places like Epstein Island, may end up with people like Mandelson allegedly dribbling over them. Disgusting. But it costs us too many votes. We can't investigate that. I consider that evil. I just consider it pure evil. Am I wrong? Let me know. I think they're worried. Starmer's getting his house set on fire by Ukrainian models. Prince Andrew, and it's just the tip of the iceberg. You know it is. It's just the tip of the iceberg. Well, these rapists, no matter if they're Pakistani or council house white or whatever, they make films, you know. Horrible films. Maybe if you're supporting Labour or the Tories before them, you'd have a different perspective if that was your grandchild on that film. A lot of these kids haven't got parents, a lot of them in care. But if it was your grandchild, maybe you'd have a different perspective. In fact, I'm pretty sure you would. And if you haven't, then you are pure evil yourself. And I think a lot of these Labour supporters and a lot of Tory supporters must be. I've come to that conclusion. Either IQ of fleas or evil. To support people who support child rape, which is basically what they've done. I honestly can't. I'm making this, but I can't get my head around it. I really can't. I hate the fact that there's people like that walking around in the street, and they'll go on social media and they'll crow about it. Oh, I've been out leafleting for Labour. Oh, I've been leafleting for the Tories. Oh, yeah, I support a load of child rapists, but the other lot, they're Nazis. Anyway, I can't say anymore. As an ex-police officer, I'm disgusted in those police who were complicit, councillors who were complicit, mayors who were complicit, MPs who were complicit, royals who were complicit. It's taken away my faith in human nature. And people who support these people. People who support. You deserve the world you've got coming, I think. Frightening. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to the channel and like the video. Many thanks. Oh, and let me know what you think. No need to be abusive. It'll all just go over there anyway. Nothing I've not heard before. The worst thing you could ever call someone a Nazi, which I've been called. Yeah, fill your boots. It means nothing anymore. Bye for now.
Labour, Tory, Green or Dem, the tears of our children rain down on them. Rain on all their supporters too. This corrupt political storm must be nearly through. No investigation into the torture of our kids. The thought of losing Muslim votes puts us on the skids. Yes, we are demonic. Yes, we have no shame. If we need your votes, your rapists aren't to blame. We lie. We lie. We cover. We cover. We hide the truth. We like to look elite. We like to be aloof. Our answer's always you elected us for change. You fiddle the coffers and the gullible are in range. The thought of losing Muslim votes puts us on the skids. Yes, we are demonic. Yes, we have no shame. If we need your votes, your rapists aren't to blame. Little girls crying, listen to their sobbing. We don't care about them, we are too busy robbing. We have no conscience, no moral code. Our gullible supporters, the IQ of a toad. The thought of losing Muslim votes puts us on the skids. Yes, we are demonic. Yes, we have no shame. If we need your votes, your rapists aren't to blame. Yeah, yeah.